Welcome to Brand Me. I'm Preston Konrad, and this is the podcast about doing your own thing, whether it's building a personal brand, maximizing your side hustle, or making the most of your everyday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today, it is just family, guys. It is you and me. We finally get to catch up. I hope you all have been doing well. There's so much crazy shit happening in America right now, all over the world. So I hope you're safe, sound, and I've got an interesting episode for you guys today because I want to go back and talk a little bit about Instagram. I've kind of have this like love-hate relationship with Instagram, and I think a lot of people do. I've been polling a lot of my friends who are in the content creator space or who are influencers or personalities, and I don't think I'm alone in this love-hate relationship. I hope no one from Instagram is listening because I'm having a really good time on Instagram right now, and I want that to keep going. But in the last few episodes, I'm sure you've all been listening to me talk about how much I love TikTok. And if you haven't caught up on previous episodes, jump back in and hear about my successes on TikTok. Not patting my own back here, but it really is a wildly rewarding platform, and I'm seeing crazy amounts of growth. Actually, to give you a little bit of an update, I think the last time I saw you or we talked, I was maybe around 100,000 followers or something on TikTok, which was awesome. I had just passed, I was probably 120. I had just passed my Instagram following of 113,000 followers. Well, since then, guys, I posted a video on TikTok then this is valuable whether you're a brand owner, a personal brand, or you're just looking to get into the content creation influencer space. I posted a video that I thought was just like whatever. I was like, okay, this is a fun, bit of insight. It was about a website that I use to help me find affordable furniture. And I posted it at 10 a.m. I was getting in the car upstate to drive back to the city. I jumped in the car at 10 a.m. and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't post this TikTok yet. It's in my drafts. Let me post it. Posted it, plugged my phone into the navigation to get my Waze going. Got back to the city 2 hours later and opened my phone up and checked TikTok again. I'm like, I want to see how it's done in the past 2 hours. And it had already been at 200,000 views. And I'm like, holy shit, this is blowing up. So I kind of kept watching it throughout the rest of the weekend. And to make a long story short, it's currently at 12 million. It's at 12.3 million views. And my follower count went from 120 up to 350,000 followers. I gained 200,000 followers from that one video. And if you're asking, okay, why the heck does that matter? Why do you care about followers so much? I care about followers so much because A, it increases the value of my overall personal brand, but it's directly driving sales to my brand and my business, to Preston Konrad Home. I'm able to see on the back end where the traffic is driving from on Shopify. And ladies and gentlemen, TikTok is converting. So funny little story about growth on TikTok before we get back to talking about everyone's first true love, which is Instagram. And I've been taking the last 2 weeks to do a little bit of work for you. I've been doing a little bit of investigative reporting and trying out a few different things. So whether you're a brand owner, personal brand, looking to monetize your Instagram or just maximize your Instagram, I think you might find this really helpful. So let's see how many posts ago it was. I'm going to go into my Instagram right now. I started this strategy 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, I said, you know what? Let me get into the Reels tab and let me just watch some Reels. And because of the nature of Reels, there was a good amount of stuff that I had already seen on TikTok a couple weeks prior that felt repurposed. And I'm like, So I spent a lot of time just watching Reels. I'm like, okay, this is trending. I'm seeing a lot of this. I'm seeing a lot of that. And I'm automatically thinking how I can apply those trends that I keep seeing over and over again back to me and to my personal brand and to my business. So I was like, all right, let me save this video. One that really sparked a smile on my face. I was like, oh, let me definitely save that video. And then a few days later, I said, okay, let me use everything I've been looking at as inspiration as a guide to post my first reel in a long time. Let me try to take this seriously. So I posted a reel. I used a trending sound. Now, if you don't know about how to find trending sounds on Reels, It's really important because it will help bring your reel into the forefront of the content that's being distributed. It's all around trending sounds. So when you're on Reels, at the bottom of the Reels tab where it shows the song or the audio name, if there's a little arrow pointing upward, that means that the song or that audio is currently trending. So if you like it and it's trending and you think you can make content with it, save that audio and try to use it quickly, because who knows how long it'll be trending for. So I did that, posted a reel, and it did pretty well. I was like, oh, wow, that's really interesting. I'm feeling rewarded by Instagram. Maybe I'll post another one. So to make a long story short, I posted reels for the last 2 weeks. And for the first time in over a year, I'm seeing really consistent growth on my Instagram, which is something I didn't think I would say on this podcast. And that a lot of people are like, wait a minute, how are you growing in this day and age on Instagram when no one's growing anymore? And the reels have been helping me a lot. I'm going to dive a little bit into the details of how you can achieve this strategy and get these results on your Instagram feed. But it's really interesting. So I've gone up, let's recap it. I have gone up in the last 30 days. I have gone up 7,242 followers. I cannot tell you the last time I experienced growth like this. And the only thing I can attribute it to is my constant use of Reels and a few other tools, which I'm going to dive into now. So once you've gone through and you've spent the time using the Reels tab and engaging with it just as a viewer, just view it, go through, see what's trending, see what's happening, and you feel confident and you're ready to make one with one of those trending songs that we talked about, keep it quick. So my first piece of advice is keep it quick. I think every reel I've posted in the last 2 weeks has been 7 seconds or maximum 15 seconds. What I'm noticing is, as a brand owner and as a personal brand myself, that the watch time on TikTok is much longer because it's a longer form journey. It's almost using it like you did YouTube, right? You're watching how to do your nails or how to fix something in your house or a long story about politics or something. And it maybe goes to a minute or maybe even to 3 minutes. On Instagram, it's much more ADD. It is tight. It's image driven. It's still that like connective tissue of showing your travels and your outfits, but it's in a whole new light in a short reel. So keep it short. Use a trending audio. Make sure it's something that people are doing, right? Like a trend that you can jump in on, and you don't have to be dancing. Obviously, I've never danced once on Instagram, and you'll never see me dance on Instagram. And number 2 is this really interesting thing. I was just talking to my friend Luke Ditella about this, who has recently been on the show. And Instagram has rolled out an even easier way for you to start using Reels. So if you're one of the people that's been intimidated to use it, or if you're a business and you're like, God, how would I even show up on Reels? How would our product show up on Reels? If you spend some time scrolling through, right above the audio, where you see the audio name at the bottom, once in a while, there will be something that pops up that says template. And if you click on that template, Instagram is essentially begging you to use Reels at this point, right? They want to increase the watch time. They want more people using it. And if you hit that template button, you can just replace all of the clips that the other person put in there with your own. So they're essentially saying, hey, we'll do the editing for you. Just please use this. So I would say 90% of the reels that I've posted in the last 2 weeks have utilized a trending song, have been about 7 seconds long, and have used this template function. And they're not on every video, but if you keep scrolling through and through and through on the reels, you'll see the template pop up. Use it. It could not make it easier. And the other fun thing about templates is that, let's say you, I take live photos, like all my photos in my iPhone are set as live, which are essentially little videos. I've never really done anything with them in that capacity. But Instagram, again, in hopes of making this so easy for you, they will, if you use the template and just put in like 5 live photos, it turns them into videos for you. So not only have they done the editing, they've found you the best video clip, you're using a trending song, and it's at the right amount of time that people will watch. So you're already kind of set up for success. Now, the last little tip that may not be as accessible to everybody. I have it on my account, but is shopping. So I've combined this Reels approach with the shopping approach. Now, we've talked about this before. I really do not shop on Instagram. I have a brand that I sell on Instagram, and I hope people shop from me and my brand, but I just haven't personally yet. Instagram wants you to shop on the platform. That's why they replaced the like button with a shopping button. So if you're wondering what their efforts are going into right now, it's into creator, it's into Reels, it's into shopping. So I'm like, hey, let me play around with this. So I have started tagging products in the Reels. My account is eligible for affiliate, which means essentially there's a select amount of stores that if I tag and you guys shop from them, I get a little bit of a kickback from the brand or from Instagram. And it says eligible for commission. So if you ever see that on there, it means like, I'm getting 2% back on that $20 purchase that you made. So it's not like it's like a big moneymaker, but I'm like, hey, let me just maximize all of the tools here and try to use the shopping. And I've noticed that every post that I'm using, whether it's static or Reels, and I'm putting shopping into, it is boosting the reach significantly, and especially on static posts. I'm seeing the reach in shopping-driven posts really get back to what they were back in the day. So it's almost like they're prioritizing shopping posts and prioritizing Reels. So I just really wanted to tell you guys about this exciting news, because as much as I love Instagram, and I definitely spend the most time on Instagram, it hasn't been the most rewarding of places, right? They're playing around with the algorithm. We're seeing the same 20 people all day in our stories and in our feeds. So this was a really exciting development to see some follower growth, some high engagement. I mean, let's just show you before I let you guys go, because this is just a short, fun episode this week. In impressions alone, it says in the last, from May 10th to June 7th, I've reached 1.38 million accounts, which is wild. That is really high. I've got 118,000 followers. That's like 10 times my follower count is seeing my content, because the Reels distribution is so much bigger, and I'm hitting on those trending songs that are also into a high distribution kind of pool. So that's my exciting news for the day. I hope it helps you guys, whether you're a brand owner that has physical products to sell. And if you are, speaking of shopping, if you do have a product, get set up with Instagram shopping. You don't need to be set up for affiliate to give people commission, but set yourself up for Instagram shopping. And whenever you can, tag your products in posts. I do it from the Preston Konrad home account all the time. And then I'm able to also tag on my personal account. I can tag products from other retailers like my own, or Abercrombie or Zara or whoever. It's a really great tool. Whether you make big sales from it or not, Instagram is prioritizing it. So get in on that. You can do that through Facebook Commerce Manager, or I guess Meta Commerce Manager, or through your Shopify, if you are connected to Shopify. Well, guys, that is my tip for the day. I hope you enjoy these solo episodes. It's fun just when I get to sit down with you when you're at your desk or commuting or whatever you may be doing while we're chatting together. And I'll be bringing you more of them soon, but we will be back next week with a very exciting guest. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to DM me. I will be in there all the time responding to you, and I appreciate all of your feedback. Please go ahead and give a 5-star review and a subscribe to this podcast, and I will see you next time. This podcast is a part of the Upstarter Podcast Network. Podcasts are an amazing way for you guys to build and increase the value of your personal brand. So if you're looking to start a podcast just like I did, visit upstarterpods.com to get started today. For more on the show, you can find us on Instagram at BrandMePodcast or at Preston Konrad. Be sure, of course, to rate, review, and subscribe, and share on social. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week.